Good morning and welcome to another wonderful day in Noble Legacy. In the last episode we built some nice fancy roads. We got our library up and running and built, and we upgraded it to have 2 people researching, so we've got Edward and Richard in here researching for us. We also built our fishing hut, which is just over there, and got that up and running, so we got a supply of fish for the villagers and some extra that we can sell at our market stall. It's been a couple of days since in-game days since I recorded last, so as you can see, our money, we're doing quite well. I've also built a couple of extra houses which are just over here. So I've got house 5 and 6, so we've got room for some spare villagers. I have been trying to recruit some more in the meantime because we're going to need a few extra. I don't want... oh, there we go, that's handy. And yeah, I didn't really want Bertha because she's slow at speed. And she's an angler, and I don't really want another angler right now, but let's get her in anyway because we've got the room for her. We could probably use her at some point. We'll stick her in one of these buildings. There we go. Research wise, I've had the builder's workshop researched as well as the foundry. And we're currently working on the tavern and bar. We need to have the foundry up and running before we can build a tavern because it needs clay pots, and the only way you can get those is through the foundry. So that's why I've swapped things around a little bit and got those 2 first before getting the tavern up and running. 3 minutes for the next lot. Right. So in this episode, we're going to do a bit of building. Over the last 2 episodes of this, we've had a lot of comments about the way the buildings work with prefabs and things. So I'm going to go and show a bit of the building to emphasize the differences from a lot of games. So the first thing we're going to put in is a prefab of the builder's hut, because we need that anyway. So if we go to our prefabs and default, we should have the builder's lodge rather. Now this has changed a little bit since last time I saw it. Again, they're constantly getting upgraded, so it's a little bit different. It used to be the same size as the forager's hut just at the top of the screen there. It's a little bit bigger now. That's not a bad thing. So let's get this built. I'm just going to get it to the point where it says that it's built even though it won't be finished, because we're going to put a builder on it to well, they can finish it off. They can finish off their own builder's lodge. And we can get on with some of the more interesting stuff. I think it's got to be above 50%. Oh, above 45 structure to it. Oh, mayday. Are we in trouble? Yeah, I think it's got to be above 45 structure score to count as being built. At which point there'll still be some bits left to do. There we go. So what we'll do is we will Bertha, that we didn't think was very useful, we'll make her a builder. There we go. So she will now come and finish the rest of this off. I'll give her something to do. The next thing I wanted to do was the woodcutter's hut here. I've said right from the very start, it's probably not going to stay where it is. It's right in the middle of the village, and I want to use this space for something more useful. So we're going to build a new woodcutter's hut, and it's going to go over here by the library, I think. So if we put a road in up to the library and up in front of that, so got to build other roads are at the bottom here. So we'll start it there. We want it to go up in front of there, and then loop round to there. There we go. So our new woodcutter's hut is going to go here. I was going to try and build it on exactly the same footprint as the actual woodcutter, but it didn't look quite right. I've tried it in a couple of different sizes and guises in another playthrough, and basically I've got to take it all down to foundation level, so I might as well just build it from scratch. But it's going to be an upgraded version of that. So here we go. We're going to start with a structural and a large foundation. I want to set back a little bit off the pathway here, and then behind that we're going to put a half foundation. And that's going to go there. I want another one there. Now, because I've already got a wooden foundation in place, I can just click the middle button on my mouse, your scroll wheel. If you can click that,
nets amended, ready
that
to fish.
copies what you're looking at. So that's our floor plan. Like I say, it's a little bit bigger than the other one, but not much. So we'll put a set of steps in there. And I want another set there and there. This is going to be a 2-story building, so we're going to put a proper set of stairs in. Now these stairs have to be on a foundation. You can't just build them straight onto the ground. So those go in there, and now we put some walls in. I'm just going to use the basic wooden walls for now, and we'll have windows there and there.
I could live on the water forever and die happy.
Good for you. Right, and flat wall there. I also want a half wall in there. Now, you can't put, if we try and copy the right bit, a flat wall against these. It says placement blocked, and it's because of the stairs. Now, a way around this, if you select the half wall does actually go, if it angles the right way I want it to. Come on. Never works when you want it to, does it? There we go. So we can place half walls in, and they don't seem to mind, which is nice. Now on the front here, we'll do the full downstairs first, and then we'll go upstairs. I'm going to put, on the normal one, it's a wicker fence out the front. I'm going to put a couple of these across the front, and I want a single one there. That's to make sure the upstairs is supported. Yeah. Right, so because this is going to be a woodcutter, if we go to economy, scroll all the way up, we need one each of these. So we need a tool rack, which can go over here. We need a woodcutter's bench, which I'm going to put under this window. And we need a log storage, which I'll put under this window. Come on. There we go. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to put a spare woodcutter's rack in over here. Tool rack. So there we go. Two tool racks, a woodcutter's bench, and a log storage. Let's finish off structural. Let's have some fencing at the front there. Got deer running around. I'm going to put some clutter under the stairs. If we go into decoration, again, there's lots of things that you can add in decoration. I want some clutter, so we'll have a big box under there, and we'll have a couple of little boxes, just higgledy-piggledy. There. Just some general clutter, make it look like it's being lived in and used. And there you go. So that's our downstairs done. Now for upstairs. So we want some floors in first, so we're back to structural. One there and one there. I'm going to be taking those out again in a second, and you'll find out why, but for now I need them in. And we're going to need one over there, like that. We now need a full floor, and that gives us our floor plan for upstairs. Right, let's get some walls in. So again, I'm just using the plain walls. We'll have a plain wall there. We'll have a window overlooking the stairs. And at that end, again, we want some half walls. One there, one there, one there, and one there. As you can probably tell, I have planned this out a little bit beforehand. So this is why I'm going to have to take those two. Oh no, let me do it then. There we go. Right, so back to here. I want another of the single archways there, and one of those flooring up there. And let's have some more railings so we don't fall off the world. There we go. Right, so now this bit needs a roof. And I'm going to go with the wooden roof rather than the thatch, just because I think on this building it's going to look nicer. Now I could do the full length wooden roof. I'm going to do it in 3 sections. We'll go to aerial view for this bit. Let's zoom in a bit. Right, if you look at that bit now, you see how it's slightly off. If you rotate it, it'll line up. Now, why it's different, I have no idea. It should just be a straight line, but every now and again it twists itself. So that's something to be aware of. Now we need the gable tops. And that's our walls and roofing. Well, actually, let's put the trim. That's thatch. I don't want thatch, I want the other one. I want that one. There we go. So that's the actual structure in place. Now we're just going to make it look pretty up here as well. So let's go to if we go to economy first, we can put, because it's going to be a house, off that facing that way. Come on, just there we go. And I'm going to put a couple of beds up here as well, because we're going to have at least 2 people working here, so they might as well have a bed each. And we can give them, if we go to decorations, we'll give them a little table there. They'll need a better table for having their meals at. So put that up against the fireplace with a couple of chairs. And we'll give them a wardrobe so that they've got a change of clothes. Right, we also need doors and shutters, so let's get a door on, and again that's the wrong way around, that's the outside, so R to rotate, and shutters, we'll have the nice shutters. What else do we need in here? Oh, lights. And is that it? So there's all sorts of nice things you can add in. We'll put a little basket on the table. And we'll have a candle on the table as well, why not? Right, so that should pretty much do it. It's got everything you need from a house. You've got a couple of beds, you've got a table to have your dinner at, a fireplace to keep warm, something to keep your clothes. This little cubby hole, I was going to put a wash basin. So after a hard day's work, they can have a bath. And that is pretty much it. What we can do is we'll put a half wall in there just to shelter that a little bit. And there you have it. There is a very quick, very easy, upgraded woodcutters. So here comes Bertha to start making it. Just give her a hand. There we go. Let's get this finished. And then we can have a look at the next step. Because, as I mentioned in, again, one of the comments, I think it was Linda and Joseph were mentioning it in the comments for the last video. The prefab system. You can save your prefabs so you can use them in other games or other builds. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And this building, if you want to have it in your own game, it'll be up on the workshop shortly. Once I've saved it, that is. Don't really want to see up Bertha's skirt, but I don't think we had a choice there. Sorry about that. Let's not look up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, why not, is let's put some bars on the windows. Oh, I've run out of planks. 1 second. Let's take Alma off there. And what we'll do is we'll take Harold off our old woodcutters and we can put him onto this one. And then they can start making planks. Let's go and transfer the storage over. Is there anything in this one? Right. Put the logs away, haven't I?
You?
Yes, you can, Alma. Go on, make some planks for us, will you? Right, and she should have just made us 25 planks. So we'll have those. And now we can put the bars on the windows that I was trying to do. Don't look like they use planks, but apparently they do. And we'll be finished upstairs.
Must be some mistake. But I'm feeling almost good.
Let's open the windows. Nearly done. Right, so there we go. We have our new and improved woodcutters up and running. So this one we can get rid of. Now the way to get rid of it is if you look at it, press Q. Now normally If you press this, it just gets rid of that wooden foundation. If you press this button, it's looking at all of it, and that will demolish the whole building all at once, like so. Now we're going to do the same on this one. So looking at it, press Q, select all, and what we're going to do is this button saves the building as a prefab. So upgraded woodcutter. Two-level woodcutter with living space above the workshop, and we're going to save that.
What do you want?
And again, if we go back into if we go into our prefabs now and go to saved, there's our upgraded woodcutter. And we're going to upload that to the Steam Workshop. And there it should be uploading. And it's public, so everyone can see it. So let's say if you want to have this building in your own world, in your own game, it's there for everyone and anyone to use now. Right, so how do we get at that? The easy way to do it is if you go into your Steam Workshop. So I will pause that for a second. If I open Steam up now and go to my library, so when you get to your Noble Legacy page, you've got the store page, DLCs, everything else. Over here you've got Workshop. So if we click that, this is where all the prefabs are. So we click on there. These are all prefabs that other people have made. And this is where mine will be. Now the filters don't really work at the moment. So mine was a woodcutter, but there's nowhere, when you upload it, there's nowhere to say it's a woodcutter. So if we click that, there's no items matching. So unfortunately at the moment, I think you've just got to scroll through to find the bits you want. Most people are labeling things fairly well. So it is fairly easy to have a look. There's 14 pages at the moment. So it's just a case of scrolling through to find one that you like. And like I say, mine will be in there. You can also, if there's a certain person that you like that does things, you can follow that person, and every time they upload something, you can go to things that you've done. So there's a couple that I've got saved. Both by Kaizen, who is another great YouTuber that's done a couple of videos on this. He actually introduced me to this game. He's done a tavern and a foundry. He's done a couple of other bits and pieces as well. But if we go back to all, let's say there's lots and lots and lots of prefabs in here to have a look through. Once you find one that you like, let's see if we can find an interesting one. Town Hall. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. So once you found one that you like, all you do is you click subscribe, and that's now added to your list. But you will have to relaunch the game before the item is actually available to you. So once you found it, log off, log back on, or start your game again, and that item will then be there. So if we go back to this, so again, those are all in your saved. So there's the tavern from Kaizen. There's mine. So that's how you use the workshop. How to save them and how to download them. Like I say, once you've liked it, well, once you've found it, let's see if we can find one that we can just build. Don't have enough planks for that one.
Hey, how's it going?
So you just
Good day.
pick it from your list. That's fairly large, so we need to scroll out a little bit for that. So yeah, there's a church that I've liked from someone, and you just select that, put it where you want it, just like you do with any other prefab. I'm just missing a couple of planks for that. Can't really build it at the moment anyway because I haven't got all the research done for that yet so far. But yeah, that's how the user created prefabs work. And how to make your own. Right. What else were we going to do? We also need to make a foundry, don't we? Because we need clay. So let's get some. Here's the prefab there for the foundry. Some of them, they are changing, so they take them out of the list while they're. So there's the tavern, and we need the clay pots. Blacksmith workshop, butchers, tannery, builder's lodge we've already got. So we don't have a basic foundry at the moment. But again, easy enough to build. Have we got enough stuff for the ones we've got saved? Foundry. No, I need clay for that one, and iron, which I haven't got. I need iron for that one, which I haven't got. Right, so I just have to build a basic foundry. So let's go into here, structural. As usual, we start with a foundation. This doesn't have to be anything special for just now, because it's just going to get destroyed when we get the stuff to make the better one that we want. So again, it's got to have walls. But we're going to make it open. I didn't mean to put that there. Ooh, summer has arrived. So we go into economy, scroll down to find our foundry. 8 planks to make a stone furnace. That's quite odd. ore storage. We'll have there. And we need a miner's tool rack, which we will put.
Ahoy! Catch
Out my
anything
way.
good?
There we go. Now we just need a roof on this. I just love thatch. It's not like it's going to catch fire, is it? Much. Let's put some arches on the front just to make it look like it actually works as it should. Press the right buttons, flash. New recruits available. We need some of those. Any we can have. Josephine. Let's have Josephine. There we go. And that's all we can have until we've got a tavern. For now. Right. So, clay. That's this stuff here, which we mine with a pickaxe. Most other games you'd be using a shovel, but this last one. Then we can make some bricks and some clay and some pots. Right. We're also going to need some wood. Should be some in the storehouse here. Oh yeah, we've got lots of wood. I've got some on me actually. Should really use the door for that. So, we want to make some ceramics. So if we go into storage, we can drag that across, or not. Use charcoal. Why is it saying that's not working? What am I missing? Foundry. Requirements not met. Ah, it needs more structure to it. Right, well that's easy to fix. Let's... That should do it. We've got to get above 45 for this structure. And that's only 44. Okay, let's put a wall in. I'll put a half wall in there. There we go, new foundry built. Now we can use it. he says. I will get this right in a second. So I want to make some charcoal. Add store fuel in inventory. Right. Well, it looks like that's bugged just now. So we can't make charcoal or pots because it won't let me add fuel. Normally it would just let you hit craft because I've got the logs on me. So that's a bug at the moment, so we'll have to leave it like that. I'll try and update my game, and yeah, still a work in progress, so I will find out what the problem with that is and get it sorted, ready for the next episode. So might as well leave it there just now. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far and you've enjoyed yourself, please leave me a like. Get lots of watches, not very many likes on my videos. Subscriptions as well. If you've got this far and you've liked the video, enjoyed it, please consider leaving me a subscription if you haven't already. Again, we're getting a lot of views and not a lot of subscriptions and likes on videos. Get lots of comments, which I really enjoy, so thank you very much for those. So yeah, so like, subscribe, leave me comments, let me know what you think of the way the building works in this, because it is very different from other games as far as I can see. Let me know what you think of the game itself. Yes, there are a few bugs in it. They are getting fixed very quickly. The game has come on leaps and bounds since it first came out, and it is an amazing game. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Cheerio!